Right now, the market is obsessed with decentralized AI, and Allora Network managed something incredibly rare for a DAI project, launching simultaneously on Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. Behind that launch is $35 million in funding across 3 rounds from top-tier venture capital firms. But the market reaction was brutal. The Allo token debuted at $1.60, lost half its value on day one, and is currently trading 93% below its all-time high. Look at this split-screen comparison. On the left, we have the Allure, $35 million raised and Tier 1 liquidity. On the right, the Anchor, and 93% price crash and 0 verified revenue. You have to decide if this depressed price is a generational buying opportunity for top-tier technology, or if retail investors are just serving as exit liquidity. To find the answer, we are going to separate Allora's marketing buzzwords from its actual on-chain practice. Evaluating Allora requires a ruthless audit of 2 opposing forces: its genuinely innovative technical architecture on one side, and its unproven tokenomics on the other. Let's start with the architecture. Allora is built on the Cosmos SDK, a framework for building custom blockchains. The network functions as a decentralized prediction market for machine learning, or ML, outputs. The network is organized into compartmentalized subnetworks called topics. Each topic targets a specific prediction problem, like assessing DeFi risk or optimizing yield. First, workers deploy competing machine learning models, feeding predictions into a central topic hub. Next, reputer nodes evaluate them against real-world data, attaching accuracy scorecards. Finally, inference synthesis aggregates the data, enlarging inputs from uniquely accurate models while shrinking repetitive ones. This regret-based math prevents a model that gets lucky early on from dominating the network. It also mathematically resists Sybil attacks, which occur when someone tries to game the system by running multiple duplicate nodes. Running the exact same model twice adds no unique information and therefore earns no extra reward. There is a major architectural trade-off here. This system requires immense off-chain computation. Without fully implemented zero-knowledge machine learning, a cryptographic method that would allow the network to verify the off-chain data without exposing the proprietary models, the current setup introduces significant centralization vectors. But by aggregating competing models and weighting them based on their marginal contribution, the system successfully produces a collective intelligence that mathematically outperforms any single AI model on the market. Technology only survives if the economics work. Even the most accurate prediction network will fail without a viable business model to sustain it. We have to look at how Allora charges the consumers, like DeFi protocols and trading agents, who actually purchase these AI predictions. Allora operates on a pay-what-you-want fee model. Consumers dictate their own price for the network's data. In theory, letting users set the price vastly reduces onboarding friction. It has allowed Allora to rapidly deploy consumer contracts across multiple chains, like Arbitrum and Base. Watch consumer fee bids plunge toward 0 here. The token emissions weight drops alongside it, incentivizing a race to the bottom. This creates a massive discrepancy: 692 million self-reported inferences versus independently verified on-chain revenue on the right that sits exactly at 0. If consumers use the pay-what-you-want model to pay $0 for predictions, the protocol generates no actual value. Without fee revenue, the entire economic loop supporting the Allo token is structurally unsustainable. That lack of revenue directly impacts the active participants staking their Allo tokens for advertised yields of up to 50% APY, or annual percentage yield. Because the protocol is not generating verified cash flow, these high staking yields are entirely emission-funded. The network is paying stakers by simply inflating the total token supply. The token distribution exacerbates this inflation. Currently, only 22% of the maximum supply is circulating in the market, while a massive 48.55% is allocated to insiders and core contributors. This chart maps the current circulating token supply as a low, flat plateau, highlighting a critical risk: the November 2026 vesting cliff. At this marker, the first unlock tranche triggers. Roughly 160 million tokens will release, instantly doubling the circulating float. The venture capital backers from the Series A and extension rounds entered at valuations far higher than the current market cap. They are heavily underwater right now, meaning they are financially incentivized to sell the moment those tokens unlock. Retail stakers are not earning true yield. They are locked in a mathematical race, hoping their emission rewards can outpace the severe impending dilution from that insider unlock cliff. This scorecard breaks down the final grade for Allora Network's infrastructure and economic viability. We've given it a freedom score of 50 out of 100 and a return score of 47 out of 100. The freedom score sits at a D. While Allora uses an open-source Cosmos SDK foundation, launching a Layer 1 with only 16 validators and nearly half the supply concentrated with insiders makes the network highly centralized in practice. The return score also lands at a D. The project features exceptional Tier 1 exchange liquidity, but the unproven pay-what-you-want revenue model and the massive 2026 supply overhang severely cripple its long-term value accrual. Allora does serve a specific audience. Technologists and ML developers can use it to monetize their models while retaining ownership of their data. Active traders can also take advantage of the deep liquidity across major exchanges. But if you are a passive investor looking to buy and hold a token for long-term exposure to the decentralized AI narrative, you should look elsewhere. Allora is a classic Quadrant B asset. It possesses bleeding-edge, genuinely innovative AI technology, but it is shackled by tokenomics that heavily favor insiders. Until the network can prove it generates sustainable, real-world revenue, holding Allo is a dangerous game of beat the clock.